let's get to making project 5, create a bassline. So once you go to Canvas and check this out, I recommend downloading the PDF and opening it up, and it's going to give you all the information. The project itself is just to make a bassline that uses notes from our previous harmonies. So we're going to have to set up a couple things to do that. So let's go ahead and get our project that we've downloaded, and that's this project 5. When all this finishes opening, we're going to want to go into where it says edit and go to record quantization and hit 8th note. The main beat that we hear clicking around is quarter notes, and so 8th notes means twice as fast as that. If we were counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 8th notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if we play anything a little bit in between there, too fast, too slow, whatever, it'll force it to be on 8th notes and lock everything to a timing grid to make it sound better. So we have that on. I'm also choosing right here to click on this metronome, and it says 1 bar. That means it's going to click for a whole musical bar's length, going bump, 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 to let me know how fast things are going so I can get ready to play on the keyboard. I'm also going to click over here this plus. It's called MIDI arrangement overdub, and what that means is when I hit record over here and try to play something in, if I can't think of something right at the moment, I can just let it keep on looping, and every time I hit a note, it'll add it to the arrangement. So long as it's not the same note, it'll add it there, not replace the other ones. And so it's a good way to add more sophisticated ideas when you're not terribly awesome on the keyboard. Cool, so that's most of the setup here. We're going to be playing to this bass valley. Unlike the previous times when we've clicked and dragged to create and gone to create MIDI clip, this type of thing, since we're recording into real time, it's just going to start at the beginning of our loop and record in this area. It'll create a MIDI clip for us automatically. So let's look at what we have to do next, which is we're going to put our hands on the keyboard and actually play it, but we got to get the right notes to play back, and bassline needs to be a little bit lower. So if we go to hit the Z key on the keyboard, notice down here I'm going to hit Z. It says your computer current octave is C2 to C3. I'm hit it again, now C1 to C2. That's good. If I hit it again, it says C0 to D1. I don't want that, so I can hit the X key next to it, brings it back up. Let's know what happens when I play notes with it. Put it up now. That's way too high, so I'm going to hit the Z key, move it way back down to C1, 2. Now that's kind of like a low bass line. Cool. So I've got that. And now I'm going to have you place your hands on the keyboard so that your pinky starts on A on the computer keyboard and takes up 4 letters up to F. Your right hand index finger is going to start on the G adjacent to that and take up 4 more keys, extending all the way to the K. And then if you play your fingers from left to right, you can go like this. Let's go back to Ableton. Play scales and stuff. Now, the letter names on our keyboard here don't map on to the ones on the actual piano roll recorder here. So you're going to just have to play it by feel what's higher and lower. I'm also giving it to you directly so you can see what's going on with it. Actually, let's go over here. So we only have a few notes to play. It's going to be the 3 notes D, E, A in the first couple measures, and then D, A, E in the next couple. The notes on our computer keyboard that correspond to them are S, D, and H. And so I'm going to play them like this: S, S, D, D, H, H. Then S, S, H, H, D, D. And here's how that sounds: S, S, D, D, H, H. S, S, H, H, D, D. Those little notes would each be played twice as fast as the original click. Okay, let's give that a shot. I'm going to double click this stop, make it go all the way back, and hit the record button. And get my hands ready. bit. And now, since I had the record quantize on, even though I didn't play perfectly perfectly accurately, I'm going to make this go a little bit further out. If I look at what's recorded here, everything starts exactly on the lines because it was recorded with quantize. I'm going to take this off of here because I don't need it to stay. I don't need this metronome now that I've recorded it. And hit play. So that's most of it for the moment. I can start making some variations on this stuff after I've done this. And the best way to do that is to play notes that are part of the same chord. So what we're actually doing is playing 3 chords. A musical chord that starts on D, and on the piano white keys that's just going to be every other note, D, F, A. The next one's going to be an A, C, E, and an E, G, B. So I can literally play any of those 3 notes of the lowest one, and that'll make a note that sounds good with the rest of the music. In other words, here I'm playing, if you can see this D here, well, that means that I can play D, F, or A, and it'll sound good with this note. At the beginning, I'm going to leave it the same. But maybe I'll take this one and move it down. Just play a lower one of the same note. Maybe I'll just do the pattern as the same, in this case of making this one twice as low like this. So like usual, make sure I select everything, Control A to select all, or just make sure I have my loop selected. And I'm going to file and export it, upload it to SoundCloud, and send me the link.